Hello guys, welcome back. This is Breda here, bringing you another Trove tutorial video. So, because this game has actually launched, and for some reason I said this really weird there, I'm actually going to do like a new little series. Well, I've actually started this series a long time ago, but I'm actually going to be continuing this under a little bit of a different name. This just used to be the Trove tutorial series, but now we're actually going to be calling it the Noob School of Trove. So basically what I'm gonna be teaching you guys is everything on Trove. So if you don't know something and you want me to let you guys know about that, just ask it in the comment section below and I will do a video on that. So that's actually what this is going to be about. First off, I don't want you guys to get angry when I call you noobs. Being a noob is actually really awesome because you get to experience a new game which you haven't learned before, and it can be a little bit difficult sometimes. It can be frustrating if you see all these people doing stuff and you don't know how to do that. So I actually want to improve the experience for you guys. I want to learn you guys, I want to teach you guys how to do stuff in this game and how to become one of the best players possibly if you put the time into it and if you enjoy it. That's actually all that's important. So let's start off. This is actually going to be a really simple tutorial, but actually about something that can be a little bit confusing. It is actually just going to be a tutorial about the character screen. So this character screen has had a big update with the launch update. So actually right here, let's start off with, from the top you can see your mastery rank. Now you can't, on first sight you can't do anything with your mastery rank, it's just underneath your player name, but your mastery rank is actually, I did a tutorial on that, but it's with the old UI, so that's why I'm going over this quickly again. You can see right here that there's two tabs. Now if you press this one, you'll actually go to your mastery rank. You can see your progress in that particular rank. Right here you can see that I don't really need that much more mastery rank before I will rank up, so that's actually pretty nice. Now you get rewards for leveling up. You can see right here these rewards are just a little bit simple, and every 5 you get something a little bit special, and every 10 you will get something a little bit more special. For example, right here you'll get wings, right here you'll get a mag rider, a mount, another mag rider, another helmet, a clipper. Now it's very satisfying to collect all of these, so that's actually, I would really recommend looking out for mastery rank. Now you can see as soon as you get above 100, there aren't any like little rewards anymore. It's just the big ones, just the 10s, and you can actually go up to 200 right now. Now they are always increasing this, so just keep a lookout for new rewards, because right here these dragons and such, they are really awesome. You really want to go for those things. So actually when you go back to your main character, you can see your class right here, and then you can see a level. Now this might be a little bit confusing. This right here is your overall level. Now right here you can see your XP level, which is 20, because 20 is max, is level cap. Now at first when I started playing this game, I saw people and they were just like, man, I'm level 25, and I was like, what? Wait, that's impossible, right? Like 20 is the max? That's not entirely true. Now your gear can actually give you another level right here, and this middle level, it's your overall level and actually adds up all of those numbers. Now you can see my gear level is 15 right now, and that is because I have a bunch of shadow gear. So right here you can see, by the way, my cursor is kinda weird. For example, right now I am pointing straight at my face on my screen, but on the recording screen it's kind of like there in the distance, so don't really don't mind that, it's just a little bit weird. Now as you can see, I have a shadow level 3 ring, a shadow level 4 face, a shadow level 4 sword, and a shadow level 4 hat. Now every shadow level that you have on there, so that means this gives you 4 extra, this 4, this 4, and this 3. Now that all adds up to your gear level. So it's really important to forge your gear so you just grow in levels. Now you will actually need to grow in levels to go into certain portals. So that's actually very important. So this is your basic gear row. So that actually means that is probably the first row that you're going to fill up when you start the game. So that's really important that you have a bunch of good gear. Now a ring is pretty important, but you're probably going to get that a bit later on in the game. You get that through ring forging, which is a profession, which the crafting bench for it looks like that. I'm going to do a separate video on that, so don't worry. But yeah, right here you can see I have forged, well, my dad actually forged this for me. Got really lucky and I bought this from him, so that's very awesome. Now all of these stats that are on here add up to your stats, of course. Now how can you access your stats? You just press this and a little screen will pop up. Now you can see all of your stats right here. It's very important that you regularly check this. Well, it's not really important, but it's really nice to know how much jumps you have so you don't like fall into a pit and can't get out anymore. It's pretty nice to know how much damage you do and stuff. It's, you know, keeping an eye on that can be a little bit important. Right next to that you actually have all of your abilities. Now you will unlock a bunch of abilities through leveling up. Now you can see that your first ability, this one for the knight, it's smash. You should have that unlocked as soon as you enter the game, because you actually start with well, you used to start with a knight, but every class has a different ability right there. But that's already unlocked. Now your passive ability also is unlocked. This is just, you start off with that, but these two, charge and iron will, you will need to unlock those through leveling. For example, charge you unlock at level 3, iron will you unlock at level 5. So that's actually very nice. You will unlock those skills. Now there aren't any other skills. It's not like in most MMOs where you can actually switch out your skills and have like this huge action bar with a bunch of skills on there. That's not the way it works at all. If you want different skills, you can just switch characters. Now let's go on. Right here is the ally slot. Now allies are a little bit weird in a sense, but I will also do a separate video on those. Now if I press my allies, you can actually see that it goes into my my collection. I can just go through all of the allies that I have unlocked. Now all allies have separate stats, which of course add on to your overall stats right there. It's very important that you choose an ally that is good for you. For example, I have selected this like steel armored boot guy, which gives me a little bit more physical damage and also 8 more jumps, because I really like my jumps. For example, if I would be, this gives physical damage. If I were for example, a caster or someone that uses guns, for example, like a gunslinger or a pirate, I would not choose this one. I would choose this one, which gives you magic damage, because that actually is what those classes use. You also have a health boost boot and a lasermancy boot and just a normal boot. Now all these boots can be crafted really easily, so I definitely recommend going to find the crafting recipes for these boots as soon as possible, because it's really handy just to have like a pet that kind of has your back with a little extra stats. But I will go over that in a separate video. Now down here you can see your styles, which are, in my opinion, very important. Now you probably know from the tutorial that you can customize your character right here. You can change his face style, you can change his race, his hairstyle, his eye color, his hair color. You can do a bunch of stuff, and this actually is like saved per character. For example, you can see that I'm like a little skeleton right now, and when I switch to any other character, I'm this robot guy right here. Now I personally think that it's very important to have a character that is recognizable. For example, I almost always, except for on the Tomb Raiser, because it just looks better with a skeleton head, I always roll with this hairstyle, this eye color, this, you know, this style in general. You can see that when I switch, my face stays the same. Now, some of you guys might not find that really important, but I think that's really nice. If you meet somebody, he can just recognize you. Now, these styles also help you do that. For example, you can see that if I remove this style, you can see that that's actually the look of my sword. Which is kind of strange, because you saw a second ago, I didn't switch my gear, but my sword looked a lot different. Now that's because I have a style on there. You can compare these styles kind of with like stickers. You have them pasted over top of your gear and you make them look different. For example, you can see I'm switching through. These are default weapons that you actually get from unlocking classes, but when you save styles, which I will also go over in a separate video, you can actually, oh my god, look at that, that's awesome, that's a nice mount. So when you unlock more styles, you can actually put them over top of your weapon, and I chose the Ruthang Revenger, I do believe it's called, if I can find it. It's a Volt style, but I chose that as my basic weapon because I really like that weapon. So I almost always have it pasted over top of my normal weapon. But I can choose anyone I want. I can choose, for example, this boot on a stick, or yeah, here it is. This one is right here. So I have, like, it's a little bit steampunky, I like the look of it, and that's why I also have the monocle that goes with it very well. Now, you can actually hide styles. So for example, if I remove this, you would see that I have like a Joker mask, but I don't like that, so I could also like hide styles, which makes it look like I don't have anything on my face, but that looks a little bit silly, so I just go with the monocle, which looks really cool in my opinion. Now, my head is always hidden, and this is just how my character looks. I like it this way, and I think that is, you know, that's kind of nice. Now, let's move down a little bit more. Right here, you have your flask. Now, your flask actually doesn't only serve as a potion, it also serves as a second, well, as another ability that you can customize yourself to your playstyle. So, as you can see right here, there are a few, like 5 different vials you can put on your flask. You have the basic one, which gives you 8 flask capacity and 40% health restored. This gives you a bunch more potions, but a little bit less health restored. But that also has its benefits, because you can activate its powers a lot more often. This is kind of like the middle way. This does a bunch of health. And this is actually the one I roll with, because this has a special power and it automatically equips it when I am dying, so I don't have to press any buttons. Now right here you can see I have 2 emblems on that. You can always equip 2 emblems. Now emblems are, you can get those through the store menu. Also you can get the different files through there. And you can equip 2 of them. Now these are personal, well, you kind of have to like personalize them. Sometimes they differ per class, it may differ a little bit, but right here you can see I have the invulnerability thing and the Shadow Strike emblem. So when I drink my potion, you can actually see that I summon a chicken and that I become invincible for a short amount of time. Also the healing effect applies, so that's actually very cool. If I go and stand in the lava right here, you can see my health is going down. My hands are removed from my keyboard, so I don't press anything, and still you can see my character automatically drinks the potion when my health is too low. So that's actually really cool. I very much like that effect. So you can fully customize that yourself. It's really nice. Now down here you have your special slots. These are just, well, they kind of speak for themselves. You have your mount, which you can select right here. There is a bunch of different mounts. You can unlock them in various ways through the store. You always start out with Slow Sebastian. So yeah, you have your mag riders, which are of course used on rails. Now you don't see these being used very often, but still they're kind of cool. You can just go over rails really fast. It's kind of awesome. Then you have your boat, which is also very cool. Now along with this boat goes a sail, which you know, the ones that I use are you can get those through leveling your mastery. If you press G, your boat appears. You can shoot with it, but like I'll go deeper into boats in a separate video. And also you can have your wings, which of course you can fly with if you hold space when you're in the air. You have your tome, which is also very cool. It gathers XP, and when the XP is full, it gives you a certain resource, so that's also very cool. You have your fishing pole, which kind of speaks for itself, but if you want to know more about that, I have already done a tutorial video on fishing. And you have your costume, which of course you can select to make you look a little bit different. Different costumes can not only be unlocked through leveling, but also through the store menu right here. And that is actually everything that is to it. That's I hope, well, yeah, that's kind of it. I hope you learned something from this video. If you have, please leave a like or a comment. If you have any other suggestions for further videos, also leave that in the comments. It's very helpful. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a very nice day, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye guys!